Greetings, friends. My name is Michael Dempsey, and I welcome you from Lenore Ryan University's Asheville campus, and I welcome you on behalf of the Martin Luther King Association of Asheville and Buncombe County Board of Directors. This year, we are giving out our first annual Rosa Parks Awards. It's part of our Community Outreach Providing Empowerment program, commonly known as COPE. That's the programming we do throughout the year after the Martin Luther King weekend in January. This programming is in honor of Black History Month, and we're giving out our first annual Rosa Parks Awards. These awards are going to 4 women in our community who have A, fostered a culture of inclusion, B, worked to achieve for a just society, C, exemplified a nonviolent philosophy in pursuit of a better life for non-majority people, and finally, inspired direct action in the cause of social justice. Our first recipient will be Libby Kyles. Libby Kyles is the founder of Changing Lens Consulting, which focuses on racial and educational equity, professional and personal coaching, and she's a graduate of Western Carolina University. Go Catamounts. She spent 20 years in North Carolina classrooms while also earning her national board certification and completing her master's degree in educational leadership from East Tennessee State University. While teaching, Libby co-founded Youth Transform for Life, which is commonly known as YTL, in 2014 and served as the executive director until June of 2019. Under her leadership, YTL developed 2 summer and after-school programs, Grace for teens and Roses and Moss for elementary school students, and an advocacy program to improve the communication between participants, teachers, and parents. In 2019, Libby transitioned from the classroom to the boardroom, accepting the position of the CEO of the YWCA of Asheville. As the first Black CEO of the organization in more than 30 years, she worked to address equity issues previously identified within the organization. During her tenure, she led the response to the COVID-19 pandemic, ensuring that the YWCA transitioned services to support the community, staff, and participants safely. Libby's season with the YWCA came to an end in September of 2020. However, she remains to be very active in the Asheville community. She is the chair of the board for the Asheville Buncombe Community Land Trust and vice chair of the board for Asheville Peak Academy Charter School, which will be opening in August of this year. She is also the chair of the Buncombe County Women's Commission and contributes to local social justice movements aimed at the liberation of Black people. So it is without any hesitation at all, the Martin Luther King Association of Asheville and Buncombe County is very, very happy and proud to honor Libby Kyles with our first annual Rosa Parks Award. Congratulations, Libby. You really deserve this.
So first and foremost, I have to say, winning any award attached to the greats like Rosa Parks and attached to the civil rights movement is an honor. And it is such an honor for me to be able to do this work and to seek and forge ahead to make changes in my community. It's important for me because I would like to think of myself as being someone that the children, the youth, the young adults that are coming up with me and that will come after me will have an example for what you can do and how you can affect positive change within your community. And what is also very humbling about this award for me is knowing the MLK Association and its leader, Orlean Simmons, and knowing the pioneering work that she has done and who she is. And to think that I, Libby Kyles, was chosen for this award by that group is amazing. And it is one of the greatest accomplishments of my life. I'm a native of Asheville, North Carolina. I'm the daughter of Pearl Kyles and the granddaughter of Libby Mae Kyles Smith, who owned 2 houses on Velvet Street. Velvet Street no longer exists due to urban renewal and its impact on the Black community in Asheville, North Carolina. I am a former classroom teacher. I taught for 22 years, 14 years at Isaac Dixon Elementary School. I'm also the former CEO of the YWCA of Asheville. In community, I also work as the board chair for the Asheville Buncombe Community Land Trust, and I am the vice chair of Asheville's Peak Academy, which will be opening in August of this year. I am also a co-founder of YTL training programs, Youth Transform for Life, programming that is meant to meet our young people where they are and give them the tools and the resources that they need to be successful in whatever areas that they wish to be successful. How does my work impact my community? I hope that my work has a positive impact. I am a champion for affordable housing in Asheville, and working toward that goal has been very important. This year, the ABCLT Land Trust bought its first home and parcels of land, and we are working to make sure that we are creating opportunities for those folks who are most heavily impacted by urban renewal to be able to regain land and home ownership in Asheville, North Carolina. The Land Trust secures the land for affordability, and the homes will be inhabited by people who might not otherwise have opportunities to obtain a home in the city of Asheville. I also work in community with Black Asheville Demands. We are an intergenerational group of people who have come together for the purpose of seeking liberation for Black Ashevilleans. We are working to make sure that the city and the county keep their word in the reparations that they signed this past year. Also, I work with multiple organizations in the capacity of trying to make sure that we have programming that's appropriate for our children and to open up more economic mobility for people of color in Asheville. And one more thing, I am a member of an organization called Co-Think, which works diligently to provide philanthropic funding for grassroots organizations in Asheville that are seeking to do the work that needs to be done to create equity in Black and Brown communities. What inspires me to persevere in times of adversity? My number one inspiration is my daughter. Her name is Leah, and she is 11 years old. And I am determined that when she's 21, 22, 23, she won't have to be out in the streets demonstrating and protesting the way that we've had to do for the same issues, and that hopefully the work that I do will have an impact so that my daughter and my future grandchildren will live in a society that is much more equitable and in a society that recognizes their differences make them beautiful and that recognizes that there is strength and beauty in Black people. The other thing that helps me to persevere during times of adversity is my upbringing. I was raised by a group of strong Black women who taught me that I am my best source. I have everything within me that I need to be able to do the things that I do and to make the changes that need to occur in this world. They taught me to never give up. They taught me to constantly move forward. They taught me to recognize what's in my wheelhouse to change and what things I can't change. And so with their love and their support and their endurance, I continue to move forward. Some of them have transitioned on, and their spirits help to keep me moving in a positive direction. What's happening in our community that gives me hope really is the movement of young people. I was so impressed this summer as so many young people stepped up, not just with their words, but with their bodies and their actions to demand better, to demand equity, and to demand that words aren't just words, but words translate into action. That's very inspiring for me, and it helps me to continue to move because I want to also work with those young people and be for them that resource that they might need or might desire to help them continue to do the work that they're doing. I'm also inspired by all the African-American led organizations that are stepping up to the plate, seeking to be more collaborative with one another so that we can work together for the liberation of Black and Brown communities in our community of Asheville overall. Is there anyone that I would like to thank? First and foremost, I want to thank my brother, Tremaine Demetric Kyles. My brother and I might have the strangest brother-sister relationship. He is the wind beneath my wings, and much like the women in my family, whenever I've had doubt, whenever there was a moment where I wasn't sure, he's always been the backbone that said, you know what you're doing, trust yourself, you can do it, you got this, sis. I want to thank all the people that work with me in community, in Co-Think, in the Land Trust, at Peak Academy, YTL, former folks that I work with the YWCA, all of these people have had an impact as to who I am and how I operate. I want to give a special shout out to a circle of sisters of sorts that has been developing in my life over the past 5 years, and that is Marta Alaka Williams, Tracy Green Washington, Tammy Forte Logan, Yashika Smith. I'm going to forget someone and feel bad. Tracy Hopkins, Quayla Brown, Elizabeth McCurvey, all of these strong, powerful women, Pastor Marsha Shoup at Grace Covenant, Keaton Hill, Kathy Hughes, all amazing people, Ashley Cooper, who've been a part of helping to shape my perspective and to continue to do the work that I do in community. I appreciate each and every one of you. Dewana Little, I haven't forgotten you. I love and respect all of these women. And last but not least, I want to thank my community that I'm a part of and let you all know that how much I appreciate each and every one of you. And thank you to the Martin Luther King Jr. Association for this award. It is an honor and a privilege, and I thank you.